Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the SnodaReels. I'm your host, Black Chef 56, and I'm, of course, joined by my second in command, DimondAssassin, aka Lewis.
Hey, it's good to finally be on this side now that I'm not the one, hosting it.
Yeah. Except for the fact that you almost tried to take it out of my hands earlier.
Yeah.
Kiss my ass. Of course, we're also joined by the wonderful DJ Lionheart, aka Leon.
Hey guys, how's it going?
And the Hawaiian shirt discount Fluffy himself.
Ooh.
I'm kidding. Of course, the Hawaiian shirt clad himself, Gallows, aka Thomas.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah. All right. So the topic today is going to be what deserves a live action remake. We were already having this conversation a little bit ago, like before we started recording this, and I think we actually have a couple of really good choices. Lewis, I'm going to let you go ahead and pick one.
Honestly, like the top two right now, it's between Treasure Planet and Atlantis, like 100%. Like both of them
don't
deserve-
disagree.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree
absolutely.
because those two are they're really underrated Disney films, and they're great.
They are.
They're amazing movies.
Absolutely. They
They're
definitely
one
have
of
some
the biggest
flaws, but I
iconic
think that you could honestly fix it with a live action remake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as you were saying, sorry.
I said they're one of the biggest iconic movies in this.
Yeah, out of Disney's underrated faction, absolutely, especially from the early
Mhm.
2000s,
Yeah.
definitely.
Of course.
So,
Yeah.
Leon, I know that one was one of yours. What was there was another one? Those two were part of yours, and I think there was another one on that list.
There was those two are two of my favorites, and I know it's already confirmed, but they're doing a live action Hercules. I don't know if they've released the
Yes.
cast yet.
They haven't, but I do know that Guy Ritchie is directing.
Okay.
Hopefully not
what did they
Aladdin Guy Ritchie, more Snatch Guy Ritchie, or Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels Guy Ritchie, or hell, Sherlock Holmes Guy Ritchie. You know, anything but Aladdin Guy Ritchie,
Yeah.
because it was good. But
Aladdin
wasn't
Guy
great.
Ritchie was
There's a
pretty
couple
good.
others that would do really good, but I can't think of them right now for some reason.
Yeah. And Gallows, do you have any on that list? On your own list that you think would be really good
On
in
my
live
own
action?
list,
Yeah.
besides those two, I'd probably maybe like we were talking earlier, The Incredibles.
The Incredibles is not a
No,
terrible
it
choice.
is doable. It is 100% doable.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
100%, yeah,
100%
it's-
doable. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's
It's
basically
just the
another
problem is it's
superhero.
too
It's a
soon.
superhero movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
That's
feel like
my only problem.
That's the
It's
thing.
way too
No, hold on.
soon.
That's the thing when people say it's too soon. Yeah, anything 10 years, 10 years and older are not too soon. They've been out for like the longest time, and they
Normally, I
somewhat
don't
deserve
disagree.
it.
I
Deserve
will
everything.
say definitely I don't disagree. I don't know what it is. I think it's just like I mean, hell, I was arguing that Harry Potter. I mean, it's been over 10 years. It's been 12 actually, since
Yeah.
we've had the last movie, and I don't think it's a bad idea to try and reboot it as a show. I think as a show you could do more. You could do a more faithful adaptation of the
Mhm.
books. But
that's
obviously
why
there
I'm
are
for
other
it.
reasons.
That's why
Yeah,
I'm for it.
absolutely. And I would like to see who they cast as these iconic characters. Like we were already going over fan casting as well.
And then that also helps with I think just the age rating too, like because then if there are some adaptations that are too strong in the books, they can make the show more mature audience.
Well, and the books are supposed to mature as they go on.
Yeah.
Like in the
Yeah.
first one, yeah, you have the troll, you have Voldemort on the back of Professor Quill's head, but there's not really any death, minus Professor Quill and Harry Potter's parents, of course. I don't think there's any death in that movie. I don't think you really get like
No, not at
true
all.
death
Not the
on
first
screen
Until later on.
Oh yeah, I think it's like I think the first like
Goblet
true
of
death
Fire?
you get on screen is Goblet of Fire.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. God of the
That
Fire.
That's
was full- that's one
now
that
of
was
course
full of death.
yeah, and I think that was the first one to be rated PG-13,
Mhm.
but yet
I
Half Blood
think
Prince is
so.
rated PG. Believe it or not, Half Blood Prince is actually rated PG, and every other one except for the first 3 are rated PG-13.
I believe because
Interesting.
they lowered down the death and a lot of the alcohol abuse and a lot of all the stuff
There
that
was
were mature.
not a lot of alcohol
audiences
abuse
for
in it.
Yeah, there wasn't.
No, there was hardly any. And I mean, I would argue that I will say this: Half-Blood Prince is not necessarily the darkest out of the series. I think it's just like it's like a sense of relief until the end, obviously, and what leads into Deathly Hallows Part 1. That it's kind of like, okay, yeah, we have a brief stint of relief, now onto the dark shit, and it's like, okay,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Yeah,
I feel like
I
Deathly Hallows
yeah.
to me just gets to the first one gets to a very
Very dark place. Yeah, and that's the
Mhm.
whole point. Of course, I would say Deathly Hallows Part 2 is definitely more rewatchable than the first one, but I would also argue that it's just one of those things. It's like, because there is that sense of triumph, there is that sense of finality, there is that sense of, this is it. If we win, great. If we don't, we're fucked. That kind of thing. And I like that. And you also have a lot of answers to questions. It's like, okay, so what is this mind connection with Harry and Voldemort? And it's obviously it's from the books, but it's done incredibly well.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I do like that element, obviously. But back onto what we think deserves a live action remake. Yeah.
I can also see the Wild Thornberry somewhat working. It would just be very, very hard. Like
I don't know.
now,
I think
the
for Wild
animal part,
Thornberries,
the animal part, I think that would be kind of iffy, but I think the casting for everybody else would work.
well, here's the thing. Here's the thing about Wild Thornberries is it's animated and then it's not. Like, and by that I mean like in the over exaggeration of characters, obviously, and like of course the design and this energetic stuff that I think there is certain elements that work better in animation than they do in live action. Now, of course, there's also the vice versa of it. I would say the best example of that is the scene where Andrew Garfield, or not Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire catches the glider from Tom Holland trying to stab it onto the Green Goblin. And the fact that he doesn't say a single word, he just gives him a stare. That had to be done with those two actors in live action. You cannot do that. There's something about it that it would be very, very insanely difficult to do in animation. And it's kind of like,
I agree
yeah,
because there was a almost like a psychic of
a
them
psychic
both
link
talking
between
like,
that. Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking kill this guy, and
And
Tom
he's like,
Holland's like,
no,
no,
don't
you
do
can't
it.
do this.
Yeah.
This is not what Spider-Man is.
Exactly. And it's like, look, you cannot do this. And it's it only works with Tobey Maguire and Tom Holland in those two
Yeah, and
particular
it only
scenes.
that type of emotion you
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
translate that from into animation. You can't do it.
Oh
Like,
no, I don't disagree with you. Yeah. But when it comes to now, of course, there are certain things that I think would work probably better in live action, especially with the advancement of CGI. I do think Treasure Planet is one of those. Just because, I mean, hell, they already had a lot of CGI in that movie,
Yeah.
and I think
Yeah.
that honestly, you could do better world building with Treasure Planet in a 2.5 hour movie versus an hour and a half animated movie.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that you could definitely do more.
Same thing
Same
with
The
thing.
only
the
problem I
Rampage.
see with the live action version is the aliens. Some of the aliens are a lot of complex unless they're going to do suits.
Well,
Um,
or
you could do
CGI.
a combination of CGI and live action, like actual puppetry. Like, arguably, you could do basically what the live action D&D movie did, or Lord of the Rings, where you do have a combination of CGI and suits as well as puppets. All that other stuff. So I think
Yeah.
that could
Another
do
one that did
well.
too, it was the Stargate series in general.
The Stargate series, yes,
Yeah, so if
absolutely.
they
Now,
did
granted, that
something
was
like
also
that,
TV budget too. So
yeah, I know,
yeah.
but still, for
Oh,
a
it looks
TV
good. Yeah.
budget, it was great.
Oh yeah,
So
100%.
I think if they did something similar like that, I honestly believe Treasure Planet would make a really
Oh
great
yeah,
live
it would
action
look
if they did
great.
something like that.
And yeah, I think that that's definitely one of those things that it could work out just perfectly fine. And
Mhm.
honestly, I already know when it comes back to when it comes back to Atlantis, I already know the perfect place to shoot. It's a little island called Hawaii.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that or
True.
the Philippines, which I mean, dude, there's so many beautiful islands you can go
locations.
to. Oh yeah, it's great because
The
I think that's
Caribbean.
arguably what. Yeah, you could definitely go to the Caribbean. There's so many good islands that you can shoot on,
Mhm.
and also I think personally there could be a little nostalgia factor in it that if you shoot on the same island that Jurassic Park was shot on.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that
that
would
would
look
be cool.
really, really good. So I think that you could definitely make it work for sure.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, I think that those
Set
are
wise,
really good
yeah, there's
options.
some really amazing, beautiful
Oh yeah,
places you can
like
find easily. Casting, however, like
it's a little
granted, there's
difficult.
a
Yeah,
lot, there's quite a few different ones I've seen
oh yeah,
that I like, and then there's some
Mhm.
that like could use some tweaking. Like for example, like
absolutely.
we were talking about earlier, Tom Holland as Jim, and then Johnny Depp as John Silver. Honestly,
Yeah.
I don't know what it was about that pairing. I really like that pairing. There's
I think
just
it's because
something
you
about
like
their
Johnny Depp.
dynamic. No,
I think it's because I mean
Other
that
than
is part
that,
of it for sure. Yeah, no.
that
I think
probably is,
Tom
but-
Holland is a talented enough actor. I think he could work alongside with Johnny Depp and do perfect. But the problem is I the only reason why I'm kind of about it is I don't think Johnny wants to really work with Disney anymore.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, well,
I
And
get
that's
that.
part of the problem. And the problem is with Atlantis, that has to be a Disney live action remake. And that then therein lies another problem. They're gonna try to change the message of it. Instead of making it a fun action adventure movie, it's gonna have a message. And not one that we want to learn. And not one that we haven't already heard millions of times,
Right.
hundreds of times over.
Mhm.
So that's my only problem with it. And now, of course, you brought up The Incredibles, Leon. I think that's a really, really, really
I think that was
interesting
Gallows,
one.
not me.
Oh, sorry,
That
my
was
bad.
Gallows.
Gallows.
Yeah, I did.
Gallows. That is a really,
was-
really interesting idea.
I also thought of the other one. It was the time travel one where the orphan ends up finding out he gets a big old family.
Meet the Robinsons.
Meet the
Yes,
Robinsons.
that was
Meet
gonna
the
be
Robinsons.
mine.
Good.
Dude, that's one that could work
Hmm.
so perfect in live
That would
action.
be interesting
You-
in live
you know what
action.
I
It would
just-
be
do
better
say
in
that.
live action, honestly.
You know
I'm
what
gonna
I
be
just
perfectly
thought
honest.
of? I
that?
don't know what role he would fit, even though he passed away. But I think Robin Williams would fit in that movie well.
He'd be the granddad.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
he'd be the
he'd be the
granddad.
granddad. Absolutely. Yeah. No,
This is all
like, yeah.
backwards.
Now, honestly, here's my option. So, light spoiler alert for
If you haven't seen Meet the Robinsons,
It's a good movie. Go
Wow,
check it out. If you got Disney Plus, go watch it. Anyways, so really, really, really good choice. The younger version of the granddad should be played by Paul Rudd.
Yes.
I think that's a good choice. And you know who I think should play Goob, adult Goob? Jim Carrey.
oh yes, yes,
Yeah.
That
so
would
good.
work.
Every time I saw him, I
That
thought
would
of
work.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially like him kind of like going back into the Lemony Snicket's kind of esque thing. Or yeah,
Mhm.
dude, I'm telling you, he would be perfect.
As
Even if
much
he's
as
a
I
little-
really did not like his take on the Lemony Snicket series, like
he was still the
it's
best
an
part of that
okay
movie.
movie.
Come on.
yeah, he was the best part of that movie. I
yeah.
just did not care for that movie in general. I preferred the Netflix
show.
series. Yeah, I prefer that
Yeah,
over the movie.
I did too.
But
Actually,
him
so with
as
that-
him
ahead.
as Goob, that would be. I think that would be a perfect match.
And of course, if you can't get him, get the other guy who has played Count Olaf. Get Neil Patrick
Ah,
Harris. Neil Patrick Harris would be a good choice
That'd be
too.
a good. That
Yeah.
would be a good choice.
Yeah.
I do.
Now-
It would be a good voice
I do
actor
like
for the
that.
frog.
I think for young, what is his name? Will? Is it Will Robinson?
yeah.
Yeah, I think for young Will Robinson, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you guys. I think, have you guys seen The Adam Project on Netflix?
Yes.
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 You know the kid who plays young Adam?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Ooh.
Him. He's a really good
Oh.
choice. He's already going to be playing live action or the new adaptation of Percy Jackson. He's already going to be playing Percy Jackson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think he's a really good
he
choice.
would
But
be
you
a good
got to make this
choice.
movie now. That's the problem. You have to make this movie now. The only other person I would probably recommend is
Honestly,
his name?
if you couldn't get him for that role, say he was too old. I honestly, for Will Robinson, I would go with an unknown. I honestly.
Oh
would
no,
go
I
with
don't
an unknown.
disagree with you. 100%, I don't disagree with you on that. Now, as for younger version of Grandma, hear me out. Hear me out. What the fuck is her name that played Agatha Harkness?
Ah,
I don't know.
I think she would be a really,
Harkness.
really good choice.
hmm.
Hold on. Catherine Hahn.
Catherine Hahn.
Agatha Harkness
Yeah.
from WandaVision.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I see it,
yeah.
kidding? No, I see it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she would be a really good
Okay,
choice for the younger
yeah.
grandma. Yeah, and now, of course,
Really?
for his wife in the future, I think she should be played by. Who am I thinking?
Hmm.
Ah, son of a bitch! I have her on the tip of my tongue, and I can't remember her name. Somebody else
No,
start saying.
No,
something.
I can't
no,
think of
they should do
anybody right now.
They should do a
Can't think of
joke
nobody.
for Will because
They should do who?
If you're they should literally bring in Tom Selleck to play the dad, to play Will as the adult, because that was the joke in the movie.
The problem is Tom Selleck is old as shit, though. He's like almost 80. It wouldn't make sense.
Well,
I mean, they would have to put a shit ton of fucking makeup.
Down with the aging.
Yeah, or
Yeah,
like
de-aging-
de-age him.
de-aging shit like they're doing with the new Indiana Jones. So
It doesn't look
And
as
all
good
all
as
you need to be is about in his 40s. 40s,
Hold on.
late
hold on.
40s, early
Trying to
50s at most.
To play his wife, I think personally you could get somebody like what's her name? Hold on. Trying to think who looks really good with black. Oh, the chick who played Yennefer in the live action Witcher series. I think she would be a really good choice for Mrs. Robinson. Now for his
She would be
son,
good.
for whatever what's the son's name?
I don't remember either.
I don't either, but I think for him, either if
Wilbur.
Chalamet was Wilbur. Okay, so for Wilbur,
Yeah.
I personally think. Ooh, who do I think? Because I think he has to be a little bit older than Will Robinson. Because I think like Wilbur is like what, 15?
15.
Oh, the
15.
kid's name is Lewis. Not
Lewis.
yeah, his name is Lewis.
Okay. All right.
Have Lewis play Lewis.
Lewis. Oh, so Lewis Robinson.
Yeah,
Ooh. Okay, who could you get to play him?
that would have been the adult. We would need the adult version and the kid version because that's the main character.
Oh,
Like I was
Lewis
thinking-
Robinson. Okay.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
that's the main. I don't know.
It's a good
a hard
question. We're literally trying to cast a movie that has never been announced. That's sad.
I'm even looking at. There's like nothing like for a live action
Ooh.
fan casting either.
One of the other family members should be played by Sean Gunn.
Sean Gunn. Which one though? Because you
Kraglin.
got
I don't
the
remember.
train-
I'm trying to
who-
think.
You got
Who
the
would play
train,
the
you got the pizza delivery
robot,
man.
the golden
Who would play
robot?
the hat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, or you're talking about the butler.
I'm talking about the butler.
The
Like,
butler
who-
robot. Ooh. Dana Carvey, or and hear me out because I think he would do because obviously he had to do like the voice acting for it. I think Gabriel Iglesias would be hilarious.
Yes,
That'd be a really good
I
choice.
instantly love that. I instantly love that.
Yeah. I think that would be a really
You
good
could,
choice. Also, the voice for
Okay. Someone, I just saw it up. Fan casted Mila Kunis as Fanny, which would have been the wife.
okay, Mila Kunis isn't a bad choice.
That's not a bad choice.
Oh man, I can't think of a person who would do good as a son though.
You have to get an unknown. That's the problem. You have to get an unknown.
Really?
Mhm.
More likely. I think most of these characters would have to be at least unknown
Ooh.
because
Oh, okay.
Not a lot of
So I'm
characters
looking at this particular cast. Wilbur Robinson should be played by Jack Dylan Grazer.
Hmm.
Eddie from It, the new It's.
Interesting.
I think he's a really good choice.
But the one I just saw, the actor that played from Home Alone, the main character for
Haley
Home
Joel
Alone.
Osment? Or no, sorry,
Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
Yeah, Macaulay Culkin as Lewis as the adult.
Okay, so in this one, hold on. In this one, this is actually kind of funny. They have Tom Cruise as Uncle Art. That's actually quite
Yes.
funny, honestly.
Yes.
Yes, I see it.
I can-
Karen
I
Gillan
can-
as Talua?
Huh?
Talua? I don't know.
we?
Okay.
They're saying Andy Serkis as either Fritz Robinson or the director. I don't think he's a bad director. I think that would be a really good choice. And of course, Lucille Robinson, which I think is the mom. They're saying that Catherine Hahn should play her, which is a good choice. Not the mom, the grandma. And then they're saying for Miss Harrington, Scarlett Johansson.
Okay.
Why?
I can see
The
that.
gym coach should be John Cena, and Carl should be Jason Lee. Uncle Gaston, they have Ben Schwartz.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. They have Michael Michael Yagobane as, or sorry, Goob. It could be played by Ian Armitage. He was in. Fuck, what the hell was he in? Anyways, of course they also have Jim Carrey as bowler hat guy, which is great.
That's always
Uh,
like I was looking through.
Yeah.
It was always Jim Carrey as bowler hat guy.
I think everybody has had that thought, and that's the problem.
Because
So
it, like literally,
Bud
like,
Robinson, Christopher Lloyd.
For sure.
Okay.
Wait, which one was Bud Robinson?
Bud Robinson, I
Is it
think,
the
was the
big one?
granddad.
okay,
Okay.
I'm not against that. I'm
Now,
not
who did they
against
cast
that.
as Fanny? Ana de la Riguera. Oh, I've seen her. Yeah, she'd be a good choice. They're saying Mark Pellegrino as adult Lewis.
Adult Cornelius.
Oh, yeah.
Either adult Lewis or Cornelius Robinson.
I think Cornelius would be fine.
Yeah.
One that I thought would be interesting is not only would Gabriel Iglesias do really good as the butler, but what about Jack Black?
Ooh, that'd be good. Yeah, that would be good. Who? What was the butler's name, by the way?
I can't remember for the life of me.
I think it was. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I want to say it was Cornelius. Maybe not.
No.
No. Oh, it's Frankie. They have John Mulaney, which is a good choice.
That's probably.
Okay.
Yeah, John Mulaney is always a good choice. Or is it Carl? Is Carl the butler? Because they have Jason Lee as Carl. Billy Robinson should be played by Jessica Alba.
Carl the robot. Yeah, his name is
Carl the robot. Okay, so they have Jason Lee. Not a bad choice.
Okay.
Anyways,
I got two other ones that I just thought of.
go for it.
Emperor's New Groove, which is going to be hard as hell.
Very hard, but I do not
Not
envy the person who
really.
has to do that.
And then
I'm
Ratatouille.
You have to be careful with that too, though.
Ratatouille,
You would have to
no. There's something about Ratatouille that only works in animation. I'm sorry.
I agree. Emperor's New
Yeah,
Groove
It's
would be
the
really
animals.
Emperor's
What
New
about
Groove would be interesting. I'd like to see the art style.
What about
Up
Up?
would be interesting.
Up would be interesting.
I don't know. I don't know. Now that I think about it,
Up would be
I think that'd be very
fascinating.
difficult. I think
It'd
that'd
be
be
difficult, but I think it'd be
really
interesting.
difficult.
Yeah, I don't
But
disagree.
I
with you.
do like Emperor's New Groove. That is like one of my.
I'd love to see
all-time
the set
shows.
design for that. So that would
Oh,
be
yeah,
very
yeah.
interesting.
But I don't
Also,
know.
live
Because
action Kronk should be
Emperor's
played
New
by.
Groove, you would have to get natives though to play it.
Oh, that is
Would have been-
true.
yeah,
I
yeah.
You
also
could've given
forgot
white people play. It
Wally.
would be expensive.
Wally would be too
Wally-
CGI heavy. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not really worth
Wally
it.
works.
honestly.
Wally works
too
as
well.
animated.
Yeah, it works
way too
way
well.
too well as animation.
And for
Yeah,
Up,
we're
you
gonna
can
go
do
for
Up.
Pixar movies. I think personally, obviously, The Incredibles would be a good choice. But if we're gonna go for like decent live action movies out of Pixar,
Mhm.
Brave would
Mickey
work
Mouse.
interesting in live action.
Brave would.
I thought they were
Right.
working on it. I know that they
it
announced.
was
that they-
announced.
Yeah.
I
which
don't
I'm
know if it's
kind
like
of-
official, but I think it's like it's on the back burner.
Yeah, mine's like when I thought of that, I was like,
Isn't Moana
I'm
on
kinda
the back
worried.
burner right now? Because I heard
But
there was an
Moana
official.
works well in animation, and honestly, it's you want to talk
Yeah.
about way too fucking soon. Moana hasn't even been out for 10 years, has it?
No, I
No,
don't
it's
think
only
so.
been out
It's
And,
been out for like 6 or 7.
if I remember correctly, they did announce some kind of live action adaptation.
No, they did. They
Yeah,
said it's
they
on the.
did.
Of course, they are working on a live action Tangled, which is not a terrible idea.
I mean, the
Tangled
cat
would be
However-
interesting.
done.
However, here's my argument because it was like a big competition on which one do you like. I think Princess and the Frog would work really well in live action.
Princess and the Frog would work really good in live action.
Yes,
I'm
100%.
not
Yeah.
against that. I'm
Be
not
mostly
against that. I
CGI
really
though.
like
And hey, I already have the perfect casting for the voodoo guy.
Who?
Lakeith Stanfield.
Lakeith Stanfield.
You know the
What
guy
do
in
you-
Get Out that says "Get Out."
hmm
Oh yeah.
He'd be a
Okay.
really good choice. He was also
Oh,
recently
okay.
in Haunted Mansion.
Okay.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah. him.
He'd be
Yeah,
a
he was perfect
really,
for that
really
role.
good choice. The only other person I would say that would work well, because I'd like to see him go a little over the top, is Daniel Kaluuya.
Okay.
What about Big Hero
Interesting.
6?
Ooh,
Because they
that's hard.
they take the element of like kind of like a little bit of what Real Steel did, like with certain aspects, but not with not with not with big not
I
with
don't
Hero
know
It
because the way
can be done.
or
It
not with
can.
Baymax, but with other stuff.
I don't know. I don't know
It-
about that because that was
It's
like
possible.
that was at the because Big Hero 6 came out at the the very hype of Avengers and it was
MCU,
way
yeah.
too similar.
Big
It was
Big
way
Hero
too
6 came out in 2014.
yeah, that was still around the height of Avengers. So I think that'd
It's
be
ranked
really
as
too
the
hard.
38th movie popular movie for children. The 38th.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mhm.
It's a really good movie. I don't disagree.
It's a
I
great
like
movie.
I don't know if it'll work in live action.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
There
I
are
agree.
certain elements that's like
you
I
would
don't
have
know how
to
you're gonna pull it off.
what's his name's father? At least the rich
His
boy
brother?
father. No.
Oh, the rich boy's
One-
father. Oh, you can't get Stan
Yeah.
Lee, yeah, because that was his big
Yeah,
cameo in that. No, I think honestly, you could get Christopher Lloyd to play him. It'd be kind of funny.
Really?
Yeah, maybe he could be like instead of saying that I wear them forward, I wear them back. You could be like, "Son, I just came from the future. You have to follow me." Just change the cameo. I think
Pocahontas.
that'd be
No.
No.
No,
controversial.
you can't because that would be
They're already
that would
canceling
be
the movie
a
anyways
lot of
because
problems.
it's made a love story out of what was essentially a
Oh,
kidnapping. Yeah.
I'm hearing some
They
weird
actually canceled.
noises.
It's Gallows.
Yeah.
His
Oh, shit.
phone is reverberating a lot of shit.
Mhm.
But no, one that actually was announced and now has been canceled was live action Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh, for a second I thought you were gonna say
That was
Lilo.
perfect, honestly. It really
No.
would be.
I'm actually not surprised about that.
Well, they did that so
honestly
you
don't
could
like
hang
it.
For the night.
Yeah, I can see why it would get canceled.
You're getting off? Is that
Yeah.
what you said? Okay, that's fine, buddy.
Yeah, 'cause
Have
my
a good
phone-
night. Yeah.
Alright, have a good one.
All right, man. Have a good night. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Gallows. Silence. No, I'm kidding. We love Gallows. We love Gallows.
No, I can see why they canceled it immediately because it could be twisted so
Yeah.
It could.
importantly.
However,
I honestly don't like the idea of that particular movie
Hunchback.
as live
well,
action.
here's the thing: Disney already did a Broadway play of Hunchback of Notre Dame, and it blends the goofiness of the animation to the book, and it blends it really, really well. I'd love to see what they could do with it. So, in live action form, obviously, just kind of mostly mirror the Broadway play. We already know that Disney's working on a live action Hamilton adaptation, which I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay, I
I
guess.
Manuel Miranda did it better, but I mean,
no, he's already attached.
You mean Lion
He's not going to be
King?
starring, but he's writing it.
You mean Lion King? Because from what I've heard, that's like so similar to Hamilton.
Lion King. I don't know about the Broadway play for Lion King, but I would have loved the quote unquote live action remake to instead of being a sizzle reel for animation. I would have loved it to have been a more direct adaptation of the stage play while doing its own thing. Because the stage play is so well done, and honestly, for like a live action thing, you could still do like puppets, like what the stage play does, and still have it like open and end the same way. But ultimately, like challenge the ideas. Also, the quote unquote live action remake got rid of the most important lesson of Lion King. You have forgotten me, so therefore you have forgotten who you are, so therefore you have forgotten me. And it's don't run away from your past. Shit sucks, but it gets better. Because that's the whole point of the freaking he hits him on the head. And he goes, "Ow, that hurt." Yes, the past can hurt, but the way I see it, you either run from it or learn from it. And he dodges. That's an important ass lesson. And what did they do? They snip it out and then add about 30 more minutes of other bullshit that we don't need.
Because they want to be.
Also, they
like
butchered.
Woke.
Be prepared. Fuck you. That is the best song of the original movie.
Was it bad? Like how bad?
No, they cut it down.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
that's the whole
it's
point
not
of
just
the
like
build
over
up.
the top. It's not a good villain song. It's just cut down. It's like a speech with minor singing in
dude.
it.
That's literally the whole point of why that you want this man, that line, to fucking just die.
That's like cutting out completely Hakuna Matata. Because
kind of did.
Yeah.
They didn't.
I don't know.
Really. No, they did. They still did the
I
the
still
segment.
have not watched the live
Here's
action
the
Lion
adaptation
King.
of Lion King.
There's two elements I would recommend the movie for. Number one, the fact that it's done entirely in CG and you cannot tell except for the characters. Like I at least thought the backgrounds were real.
Mhm.
The only live action shot is the sunrise at the beginning.
Really?
Perfectly fine with that. Yeah, like the only live action shot is that sunrise. That's it. That is the only live action. Everything else is CG, and that's impressive. I'll give them credit where credit's due. However, they made Africa look ugly as shit. Africa is actually fucking beautiful. Holy
They honestly,
shit.
Did they?
Yeah, no,
I've
they
seen-
made it look more like a nature documentary.
okay,
which
this was
sucks.
probably overdone because it's The Sword in the Stone as a live action adaptation.
It
You
could
reason
just
why-
be handled carefully.
Yes, you could do it. However,
The
I
reason
also
why I'm
don't
saying
think
it's because the story of King Arthur has been told thousands of times.
it has, but however, they never really mentioned the fact that he got the sword as a kid and he had to grow into that role. That is where Sword of the Stone is different. So, interesting idea. Nobody's really ever tackled that subject aside from Disney with Sword in the Stone. However, the problem is, while there are really good lessons, nothing really happens in that movie.
It was I doesn't it, like, when I watched like the cartoon version, doesn't it kind of like in a sense rush the whole entire movie?
No,
in a sense?
it's too fast and too slow in certain elements. So it's interesting. Now, of course, the battle of transformation or whatever, that's phenomenal. Come on, that's really well done.
That would be really hard to do in live action, but
Not
it'd be great.
necessarily with CG. If you take your time with it, it's not going to be bad.
Mhm.
But no, I think personally,
That one.
it'd be a very effects heavy movie, and that's
Mhm.
the problem. Now, of course, Sword in the Stone is not perfect.
I'm trying to think of other stuff. I think
Now, Get
what
Gore
else is-
Verbinski, hold him in line, do a live action Black Cauldron movie in the same vein as the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
That would
Have that
be
fun,
really cool.
have that dark element, and I think
That would
you
be
have
cool.
a fucking gold mine. Also, because it is rated PG-13, push the fucking PG-13 envelope. Show me some fucking decaying zombies, please. Come on.
Yeah,
That the
that
whole
would
reason
be a
why it was
really
cut
good
down
one.
was because I think it was the head of Disney at the time. He, when they were doing test screenings, he saw kids running out.
What?
And I'm like, dude, I would have said, okay, how much more money do you need? What else do you want to do? That's what I would have said. Because
Yeah.
like, I'm going to scare the shit out of these kids. But
For
no,
what?
he's like,
For
no,
what?
I don't want to. And I'm like, well, okay, that's great, I guess. Also, please make Gurgi's voice less annoying. Please. Please. I'm begging you. If you do it,
I
don't.
don't know.
Either cut
I don't know.
Gurgi out
Gurgi
or
cut-
just.
No, you can't cut Gurgi out. No.
Here's my
can't cut
suggestion. Here's my
Gurgi
suggestion.
out.
Get Andy Serkis. Make sure he doesn't do the Gollum voice, and I think you'll have a decent job. That's just me.
You know what shouldn't be a live action? Finding Nemo. Fucking terrifying.
It would be this. Well, yeah, it would be terrifying. It'd be the same
be
element
terrifying.
as the live action Lion King. It'd be the same problem. It's live action.
Yeah.
It's shot realistically. It's,
But I feel like besides that point, I feel like a lot of people would be put off of how they would
yeah,
look.
it looked. Well, that was the biggest problem that live action Lion King had, is they looked emotionless because they were meant to look. Hold on. Let me pull out my inner nostalgia critic. They look real. That's literally the whole point. Is like they took
So, like-
realism over animation, and it's like,
Yeah, so movies like, honestly,
the
like
emotion.
Lion King, The Rescuers, Finding Nemo, Fox and the Hound, Oliver and
Fox and the
Company
Hound is how
would be interesting, but I don't know about that. But honestly,
think
those should not
the
have
Rescuers
been live
Down
action.
Under. That's what
That would be that one would be a good
interesting
live
in live
action.
action.
That would be interesting.
Yes, I don't disagree. And obviously, I think I personally think it would work. That's just me. I
At least
think
Down Under would. I don't think the original would.
the original, no. The original is more for adults, in my personal opinion. Not that kids can't watch it, but it's definitely dark. Now, one I would like to see done in 3D animation is The Great Mouse Detective.
That yes, I
I
do
would love
agree
to
with
see
that.
that.
I would
And
too.
let's
I
go full
really
circle
love
with
that
this.
movie.
Let's go full circle with this. Get Johnny Depp to play Basil.
Yes, yes.
He already played Sherlock Holmes and oh fuck me, god damn it, Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of all the movies to get a sequel, why? Anyways, I'll give it this. The animation's done well, but anyways, yeah, let's go full circle with this. Let's make Johnny Depp. Let's make Johnny Depp Basil. That's great. Or you could do a 3D CG with live action elements.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, because there's not a lot of necessarily quote unquote realistic okay, good example. Arthur and the Minimoys, or Arthur and the Invisibles, whichever one you want to go with.
Yeah.
That's a good example, in my personal opinion, of what you could do with it, where you do have those CG elements. Obviously, give it more of a budget, and don't make the fucking animators rush everything. Because I rewatched that movie recently.
Oh, it doesn't hold
Holy
up.
shit! No, it holds up. Like, it honestly is still a fine movie.
Oh, does it?
It just goes by so fucking fast. I'm like, holy shit, we're already here.
Rushed.
Anything that's done in CG is rushed as shit. Like, even the lines are rushed.
I totally forgot until it popped into my head when you said the movie that Miley Cyrus plays the love interest.
No, Madonna plays the love interest.
I could have sworn
Madonna.
I could have sworn.
No, it's
Miley
Madonna.
Cyrus.
It's Madonna. It's
No,
Madonna.
that would only work that
And
way.
David Bowie plays the villain for all of 10 minutes.
All of 10 minutes, huh?
Yeah. Well, that's all he really shows up in. He's mentioned, but he's there. Yeah. No. Good God, is that movie? It's still fine. It's not great. Obviously, it doesn't hold up as much as I liked it as a kid. But now I'm like, no, it just goes by too fast. Anything in the anime, it's like they had to rush the animation, so like they sped up the movie. And I'm like, well, you sped up the dialogue and the lip animation, but that's it. That's the only thing that's sped up. Like, none of the animation is still done relatively well in frame rate. It's weird. It's very weird.
Oh, that's why it was different, because
I don't know
the
about
second
this one
movie
because-
was Selena Gomez. That's why.
That explains it. Yeah, the direct to DVD sequel.
I don't know because it was live action to begin with, but I think it could be a good retelling. Would be James and the Giant Peach.
Oh, wasn't it half animation and then half?
Yeah,
It was
was
half
half
live
animation.
action and half claymation.
Yeah,
Or stop motion, if you will.
Yeah,
I feel like it, in my heart, like, I know it probably has flaws. I don't think it needs a live action.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, that's why I was like
redo it.
hesitant about it. Is like it was really good as is, so it's like,
Now,
I don't know.
if you did the animation different, maybe. I
Yeah,
think if you
but
did
how
something
would you
akin
wanna
to
do it, though?
akin to Spider-Verse, that's apparently seems to be the thing. Like, do that, like, changing frame rate. I think
Doug?
that's not a bad.
What about Doug?
The cartoon?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they did
No.
have
Live
a
action.
they did have a movie. They did
Yeah,
have
they
one
had Doug.
movie.
They had Doug's first movie. No,
You don't
it
like
Yeah,
works
Doug?
perfectly fine as animation.
Okay.
Don't make it live action. Also, how the hell would you do green skin?
I mean, at least it's not as racist as anything else.
I heard
oh wait, no,
rumor.
sorry, it can't be racist because aliens now exist. So sorry, I gotta pull that card because I'm being racist to aliens now.
One that I think would be really good. Shit, what was it? You maybe lose my train of thought.
One that you think would really be good.
Oh, dude, it's hard because there's a lot of stuff that like really shouldn't be.
So,
I heard rumor about this. I don't know if it's true or not. I heard they were doing it almost a live action adaptation of Gargoyles.
That would be so hard. That's really hard, especially because
it would be really hard. But I think it'd be such like if it's done correctly. Like the first 5 episodes. The first 5 episodes is the Gargoyles movie.
I'm with Leon on this. I think it would work. You have to get the right people attached, though.
It has to be the right people, but I
And then
think
the suits, they would be like those like prosthetic, like or
You
not
could
would
do a
have to be
prosthetic,
the
prosthetic
prosthetic.
suit with like
like-
CG wings, and then like kind of
Yeah.
touch up some of the prosthetics with CG to make them look more stone-like when they're, or make them look a little bit more like realistic. I
Mhm.
think that's what you could do.
It would be hard. I know for sure. It would be very interesting.
Because I
if
know it
it
would
was so well
suck to have those actors basically like full body paint, like gray
Yeah.
every
And
single
honestly,
time.
they're like there's certain ones that could work, obviously, in like in CG or in like live action in like a suit. But honestly, I think hear me out. Go a similar route on how they did it, not on how they designed it, to the live action TMNT movies that Michael Bay produced. Do a
Okay.
mocap performance.
Okay.
I think that could work.
It would just be they would have to play around with
But
it.
here's the thing: have you gone back and watched those movies? That CG still holds up relatively well.
Yeah, but the problem is that like no, I agree with it, but the problem is that a lot of people
They don't
were
like the movie, and that's
heavy-
fine. Honestly,
heavy
I've eased on it. I think I
Yeah.
was like, it's fine. The second one's better, but it was received worse. I'm like, no, the second one's a lot more like the cartoon. I like.
Well,
the
I
second
mean,
one.
most of the complaints were the fact of the motion capture
Design.
like,
Yeah, and they toned down the design in the.
second one.
Yeah, they did. But that being said, what else could be done really well in live action? Allow me to.
I don't know. I'm like going through like the
You know,
list
it would
of
be
Disney
hard, but
movies.
it like I don't think it would work. I would want them to someone to try to convince me that Bug's Life. How would they do a Bug's Life? It would be the hardest.
It'd be
It
another
would-
situation of Lion King. It'd just be
Yeah.
realistic animation with.
Mhm.
Honestly,
Uh,
Bug's Life would not do really good. I heard
No.
rumor of another because it's done several times. I've heard another Tarzan through Disney would
Oh
be live action.
no!
I
No.
don't know about that one.
I'll
could
be
work,
honest.
obviously, but no.
Brendan Fraser, I enjoyed him doing George of the Jungle, but man, oh
He actually
man,
said he'd be
like,
down for another one.
I mean,
Yeah, he said he
Yeah.
actually does want to do
He'd
another
be
one.
down for another that and another
Mummy.
Mummy.
if it was written right.
Yeah.
But doing
I would argue that was better.
Tarzan would be hard, I think.
Yeah, I'm right there
And
with you. I think
because of-
Tarzan would be hard.
Plus, it's been done so many times.
It's another situation of King Arthur. It's been done to
Yeah.
death. Now,
Did you like Jungle Book? That's what I was gonna say.
the live
Or-
action one from
yeah.
Disney?
Yeah,
I like parts
liked
of it. I like
It
parts of it.
It wasn't bad.
Here's the problem: is it has
The
a similar issue that the animated Hunchback had. Is well, no, that one didn't have that really.
I
that
feel like they
problem.
skipped certain parts. Some.
Here's the thing.
how I
They're
felt.
trying
I
to
did-
adapt the book and the cartoon. Here's the problem with that. Drastically different. Like the
Mhm.
book
Yes.
is hardcore. Like the
yes,
book
100%. It could
has,
fucking
adult
cancel.
themes. No, it wouldn't get canceled. Like Andy Serkis did a movie with Netflix called Mowgli, and that's a more
Okay.
direct adaptation of the book.
I actually really liked it.
That one was
really
better
liked
than
that
that one was
adaptation.
better than Jungle Book from Disney. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
The Jungle Book from Disney is not god awful. It's not my favorite. I would have to say I've had problems with almost every single one of them. That one I would say I have some of the least. Pete's Dragon was another one that I had very little problems with.
I feel like I
That one,
enjoyed Jungle
I-
Book and
The
Pete's
only ones
Dragon.
I haven't seen was The Lion King, Dumbo, and Lady and the Tramp. Those are the ones I haven't seen.
Did not
Didn't
see
even bother
either
with
of
Lady and the
those.
Tramp. I keep
Nope.
forgetting they did that.
I absolutely dislike Pete's Dragon. I do not like the remake. The only part I like about the remake was the fact that they added more backstory to Pete.
Yeah.
I did like that. That was the only thing I liked about it. Other than that, I really hated the movie.
It's not
I
a terrible
prefer
movie.
the original.
It's definitely. I'll say this: it takes the most risk, and it's not a beat for beat adaptation with shit added in.
Mm-hmm.
I will give it that, and that's why I think I kind of like it a lot because I'm like, oh yeah, it's clearly not a perfect movie, but it's at least different.
Mhm.
Whereas these other ones are like, oh yeah, we're gonna give you all those iconic shots that you want to see in live action, even though you could just go fucking watch the movie. But we're also gonna add as much shit as we want, and you may not like it. I will say this: still to this day, like as much as I have issues with the Lion King, and I would argue it is probably the worst one because it is the most shameless. Oh yeah, sorry, the two elements I was talking about. So the animation is done really well. So three things: Childish Gambino as adult Simba, really good casting. And it's done really well because it's not Matthew Broderick. Matthew Broderick is one of the worst parts of the original. Let's be perfectly honest. I don't like Matthew Broderick. And then the third one, it's gonna sound controversial for me because I actually used to like Timon and Pumbaa as a kid. Timon and Pumbaa are done better in live action. I'm sorry, the guys that got to play Timon and Pumbaa did really, really well. Like, there's a point where they're trying to distract the hyenas, and Timon is like, "Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you your dinner. Be our," and then they start going after him. And it's like, it just fucking runs. It's like, oh my god.
Well, I mean,
I don't know, like getting rid of the who else.
Like wasn't Seth Rogen played the warthog, and then
he played Timon, he played Pumbaa, and I forget who they got to play Timon.
It was the guy. It was the guy who played as the viral teacher for I think, I don't know, Comedy Central, but he was the one where he would say the names of the students wrong. I can't remember what his name is.
No. He played one of the hyenas. You're talking about Keegan Michael Key.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. He played one of the hyenas.
Okay, no, I thought he played
no,
Timon.
Would have been an interesting choice, but no.
Yeah.
No. I forget who they got to play Timon. But anyways, so as much problems as I have with that, and yes, I would argue it is probably the worst one. There's at least a few elements I'm like, I liked it better than that. My least favorite live action out of the ones I've seen, because I've yet to see Lady and the Tramp. I didn't even bother with Little Mermaid, or what was the
Little
other one
Mermaid is a whole can of worms.
What was the one before Little Mermaid? What was the one that came out before Little Mermaid?
Don't remember.
I don't either.
Looking back at it, honestly, I did not like Aladdin. Aladdin's my favorite.
Aladdin. I didn't hate Aladdin.
Aladdin is my favorite like animated movie. And I feel like I was let down with Jafar, like 100%.
Oh,
like,
Jafar was the worst part. Jafar and Iago.
I felt like Jafar was a wimp. Like he didn't even feel like a fucking villain.
Here's the thing. The guy that got to cast, or the guy that casted as him, he's not a bad actor. It's just not the right role for him. That's the problem.
Yeah, I'm not going to diss the actor. The actor tried to do as much as he possibly could.
If he had a deeper voice, I would not have cared. I think it really came down to the voice, because Jafar in the original has that deep, like,
gruggle,
menacing.
He has that menacing draw.
He has that more like demanding voice of like,
he's
basically
like
oh shit, that's the fucking sorcerer.
So basically it's something along the lines of like, I could kill you, but I'm gonna use you first. That's Jafar. Whereas in the live action, it's like, I could kill you, but I'm going to use you first. And it's like that. No, that's not the same.
That was the one.
Now, my next least favorite part
I did not like about the Aladdin, but other than that,
they wasted Alan Tudyk as fucking Iago. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You replace Gilbert Gottfried with honestly a really good choice, because Alan Tudyk's hilarious. You replace fucking Gilbert Gottfried, I would argue one of the more iconic, one of the lesser talked about, but one of the more iconic parts of the original Aladdin.
Mm-hmm.
With Alan Tudyk, who is a good choice, and all you have him do is squawk.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. That was the other thing I hated.
I'm like,
also
Jafar
no giant snake. No giant snake.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Right.
You didn't have to give me the
and I mean, also the fact of like what the fuck? Like why is Iago even there if you're not gonna make him talk?
Exactly. That's the whole point of Iago. Like he doesn't talk about it in front of the Sultan. Yeah. No. I didn't hate the casting. The casting was fine.
What do you think about the empowerment? Because a lot of people were also on that.
Honestly, here's the thing. I didn't hate it. Let's be perfectly honest. Jasmine had a decent personality, but aside from just being, I'm not really. I feel like I don't belong in this role. but yet I'm gonna fall into this role as soon as I find a guy. Yeah, sure, whatever. If you're gonna update that, update it. And I didn't hate the idea of what they were going for. However, here's the part that I did hate: her empowerment song.
Mm-hmm.
It's all in her head. That would have been more interesting if she was actually fighting with swords and shit, and then she looked at the head guard and said, "Thank you so much for risking your job to teach me how to defend myself." That would have been so much more empowering.
Mhm.
Like, you
I agree.
ultimately
I
shoot
agree.
yourself in the foot. You're like, oh, she's more empowered. She's more her own person. And it's like, yeah, except for the fact that she still gets captured. Her empowerment scene is all done in her head. And then, yeah, she stands up for herself, but who gives a shit?
Yeah, I
Who cares?
honestly didn't care for the song. I didn't care for it, but that
The
whole
song's fun.
thing, it just it was all in her head. I thought that was
It would have been better if
really
she was
dumb.
actually doing something.
Yeah.
Now we're
I
not
agree.
saying that we don't encourage women empowerment, but I just
No,
feel like they
absolutely
dropped the
not.
ball.
They dropped the ball on their own fucking message, and that's where they failed. That's
Mhm.
my personal opinion. Now,
No,
that
I
being
can
said,
agree with that. I could agree with that.
my least favorite, if I can get to that, my
Mhm.
least favorite live action remake that I have seen, fucking Beauty and the Goddamn Beast.
Oh yeah, that
Oh
was
my
a fucking fire dumpster. I'm not even
And
gonna
here's the-
lie on that.
I don't hate the fucking cast, majority of it. I don't hate the cast. Like,
Emma Watson.
eh. Luke Evans as Gaston, sure, fine, whatever. Do what you want to do. It would have been nice if they would have actually like maybe put some like fake muscles on him. That would have been kind of cool because like even the Disney park does that. It's like, yeah, you know, when I think Gaston, I think like huge arms, manly man,
Yeah.
you know, the
John
brawny
Cena.
man.
John Cena.
Yeah, John Cena before he got out of the WWE.
No, could you imagine how
Oh dear
like
God,
even much
no,
worse it
no.
would have been if they actually put that man down there?
But anyways, so fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi himself, Ewan McGregor, wasted. Ian McCullen, fucking wasted. Probably actually wasted on set. Freaking
I don't remember the actor for
Josh Gad?
Olaf.
Josh Gad, yeah, as LeFou, as the first openly gay Disney character. Fuck off, it wasn't openly gay. Literally, the only line that you have that like points him at being gay, aside from how he acts, is like, "How come you never found a woman, LeFou?" And he goes, "I think it's because I'm too clingy." And I'm like,
I honestly
shut the
like,
fuck up.
I thought
No.
that casting choice was like because I like Josh Gad. Josh Gad's a great
Josh
actor.
Gad's funny. He's decent when he's given
So
good material.
Him as LeFou, I thought that was a great choice.
They wasted
I
him.
liked it.
They
They
did
wasted
waste
him.
him, but it was
Literally,
a great acting
majority of
choice.
the cast was wasted. I'm sorry. Also, the fact that you have Stanley Tucci in there and you don't use him more, fuck you. You bastard. Fuck you. You deserve to burn in hell. You wasted Stanley goddamn Tucci.
Well,
You bastards.
the movie kind of did because of how bad the ratings.
Oh no, it
and
actually made
so-
money.
Mhm.
It made a
Yeah,
shitload
it
of money.
made quite a bit of money.
It was actually considered a financial success. It made over $1
Was
billion.
it? Oh.
It made over $1 billion just
Ah,
because it was
fuck.
received poorly critically. Actually, it was actually received fairly well critically. It was poorly received by audiences for the most part. Actually, no, it's a pretty balanced thing. I think I had like an 86% on Rotten Tomatoes and 74. It might have changed since then. I have no idea, but yeah, no, it's just one of those things. It's like,
I
anyways.
forgot that was the reason why they continued doing it because of the success of that
Every
movie.
single one of them has been a success, except, well, Lady and the Tramp was directly released to Disney Plus. Fuck that. They
So
knew it
was
wasn't
Dumbo,
gonna.
I believe. I
No,
think
Dumbo was actually sent in theaters.
Dumbo was in theaters, and
Oh, it was?
I when I saw that
It was
the
pushed as Tim
trailer,
Burton. Yeah, it was a Tim Burton push.
I was like, I'm sorry, you all wasted Tim Burton on.
You wasted Michael Keaton, Danny DeVito, and Tim Burton. You rot bastards. I fucking hate you. Fuck you. Like, fuck off. No. And there's a reason why I've yet to watch it. It's like, fuck you.
I don't think I could watch it.
I've yet to watch Lady and the Tramp. I've yet to watch Little Mermaid. I didn't watch any of the Maleficent movies.
Those are actually really
Those
good.
were actually
they're
really good.
decent.
Those were
Like
good.
a lot
The
of
second
people.
one is
movies.
terrible though. The second one's the worst. I've heard nothing but bad things about the second one. Like I heard, like the best I've heard was about the second one. Because I heard the second one
Yeah,
like
it
goes
was-
batshit insane. Like they kill off a shitload of characters. Like some magical characters. Like two of the three fairies get fucking wasted, or one of the three fairies gets like fucking pixelated to dust in the second one, and
I
she
don't
never
remember.
comes back.
I don't remember.
Yeah, because like apparently
It's been
part
a
of the
while
villain
since I
plan.
watched that one.
Yeah,
It's been a
apparently
while
part of
since
the
I watched
villain
that one.
plan is they have a thing that if they fire at magical creatures, they just fucking disappear.
Mhm.
Like they never come back. They basically get Thanos snapped and never come back. And one of the three fairies, I think it was the blue one,
Mhm.
just disintegrates right then and there and
Here-
never comes back. It's like, holy shit.
Here's
I thought it
something
was-
that
I
has
thought it
been
was-
successful.
Yeah, go ahead.
What do y'all? I know a lot of people are not big on this franchise. What y'all think about Descendants? I liked it a lot. I think
I
it did
enjoyed
well.
it. I
watched
thoroughly
the
enjoyed
first two. I did not watch any of the others. It's unfortunate what
third
happened to
one's
the
really
kid.
good.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate what happened to the kid, obviously, but
The
I
third
didn't
one,
hate him.
the third one actually like you thought like the first two were like really good. The third one actually
decent.
like pushes beats
I
both
did-
of them combined.
I
Like,
really
the
did
third
like
one did very
Descendants.
very well.
Yeah, I liked the first two. They were fine.
I even enjoyed the animated clips.
Oh yeah,
shows
the
that they did.
animated small
They did
series was
really
actually
good.
really well done.
All right. Well,
But,
we went way off this fucking rails here on what we would like to see in live action. We just started talking about shitty live action remakes.
Hey, we got to cover all our bases, okay?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but,
with live when it
so-
comes to live action, you gotta cover the good and the bad. To be honest,
That is true. That is true. Now, here's the thing. Hear me out, because I think this one could actually work relatively well. I know
Okay.
anime adaptations are seen as terrible.
No.
Hear me out. Hear me out. This one I think could be done well if you got the right team, and even Japan managed to fuck this up. Attack on Titan. Or a live action Akira.
If you're gonna do Attack on Titan, rated R. If not rated R,
both of them need to be rated R. And I think the
Mhm.
live action from Japan was rated R, both parts. I really wanted to watch them, and I just never got to it. But I think if Toho tried to capture it, like the Monster Studio, I
Mhm.
think they could do a really good job with the live action.
Attack on Titan. Yeah,
The
I
live
can
action
see
Attack
that.
on Titan. Yeah,
I could see that
100%.
with Toho. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Still, I would have to you'd have to have a good solid team to do it.
you'd
along
have to
with
have really
Toho.
solid effects too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would be very difficult. But
Mhm.
if it was in the right hands, I definitely think it'd be really good.
think somebody like Jordan Peele would be interesting to see how they tackle that. I think he could do a
Mhm.
decent job. Now, of course, when I talk about Akira, that is going to be a very hard movie to make American audiences want to watch, because even the original movie, it's like, okay, so what the fuck is happening? I mean, I'm blown away by the animation, but what the fuck is happening?
I don't
I'm so
even think I've
lost.
seen Akira.
It's on Hulu. It's like considered
Okay.
it's hailed as one of the best anime movies of all time.
Okay.
It also has that iconic bike slide.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, but like almost every animated kid show has copied in the history of ever.
Mhm.
I don't know.
It's-
When it
it's-
comes to live action anime, I don't know. Anime
hard
in
to
general
do.
is hard to do.
However, I think something like Spy Family would not be too hard to capture.
Oh no! So
Spy
apparently,
Family would be.
from what I saw,
Mm-hmm.
somewhere I don't know where in Japan. I just saw a TikTok today. I know, shocker. There is a play of Spy Family, and it's done very very well. I don't know how.
Well, yeah,
managed to
it's
do
one
it.
of those like piece of life animes. Piece of life animes are super easy to adapt. So now, obviously, another one that I think could do okay if you do it right is My Hero Academia.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yes.
My
yes,
Hero
yes.
could be done very well.
My
And
Hero.
it should be one of the
And-
easier, like, of the top tier animes. It should be one of the easier ones to, like, kind
It
of break
definitely would
ground
be
in.
easy. It definitely be
Yeah.
easy.
Because it would feel
Because
like
the
a
lore's already
MCU.
there, and then you already, and on top of that, it is superhero related. I think
Yeah,
you
so-
could very easily do it.
Yeah, My Hero would be super easy. It'd be similar to
One of the most difficult.
almost. It would definitely be difficult.
No,
'cause
I'm
it'd be
trying
a lot
to
of
get to Demon Slayer would be inherently difficult to try to even.
Oh,
fucking
dude,
attempt.
for one, that one would have to be like completely rated R because there's so much gore, so much like
The show itself is rated TVMA,
yeah. I
so
know.
yeah, obviously.
But if it was in the right hands,
Mhm.
I think it would do good. If Demon Slayer was adapted,
Adapted, yeah,
it
into live
has
action.
to be the
Ah,
right team.
It does, and that's the problem. I don't think you're gonna find the right team, not anytime soon, at least.
Not really.
Now, of course, we've already gotten an attempt at a live action Dragon Ball.
We won't talk
We
about
don't
that.
speak about it.
We don't
talk about
speak
that.
about it.
We don't talk.
However,
about that, no.
however, that being said, it did steal from Last Airbender, which I found funny.
It did. I forgot
On
about that.
It did. You forgot about that, didn't you? You forgot.
you pieces of shit who couldn't even actually say
You
"ang."
forgot. Hey. No. I'm talking about this was before the live action Last Airbender came out.
Yeah.
They literally reference airbending in DBE. Airbending.
I forgot about
Airbending. You forgot about that, didn't you?
It's been so like I was so disappointed in that movie. I saw it once, maybe twice. I was like, I'm
You
never watching
blanked
I
it
this.
on
saw it a lot as a kid because I had it in my collection, and I kind of enjoyed it. And then now I've seen the animation. I've seen the first show, and I'm like,
I know this
Okay.
is too soon, but Encanto can work 100%, especially beautifully.
I think
if
they've
they
already
film it on
announced that.
location. Oh, did they?
I think so.
Okay, well,
I
it
think
would-
that's one of those. Yeah, no,
I think
Coco
that-
would be really interesting. I'd love
Coco.
to see Coco live action animation.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
definitely.
so hear me out. So
even
would
Luca.
you?
Luca would
Luca would be
as
fun.
Yeah,
well.
like would you instead of it being for Coco like very heavily CGI with the like skeletons, would it fair to be a lot more of face paint or would that look bad? Because most of the Day of the Dead is face painted.
Mocap, capture their eyes and their teeth and the movement of it, and you got yourself a deal.
Because
That's how you do it.
Because I feel like if they try to CG that crap, it's not gonna
You
it's not
can
gonna
take
it's
your
not gonna
time
look
with it
as
and
good.
mocap it. And I'm not saying like take Avatar levels of time. I'm not saying do
No.
that. Though that would be nice. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Obviously, take enough time with it to where it looks good enough and it doesn't look janky. Because sometimes mocap looks janky. Let's be perfectly honest. There's been a few times even with Avatar that looked a little janky. But that's just saying that what I'm trying to say is mocap, focus on the eyes, and you probably have a good enough idea.
Yeah, because
Face paint would not be a terrible idea for a stage play.
okay.
If you do a stage play of Coco, then yes, go ahead and do face paint or do puppets is another good one to really do it with.
Yeah.
I
think
but
puppets would
with
work
mocap-
way better.
Maybe
Yes.
a
Now,
maybe a
with mocap,
combination of
you could do
puppetry
that.
and
Yeah.
face painting. I think that would do really good if you're doing a play adaptation, not a movie adaptation,
Yes.
but a play adaptation.
Actually, stop motion wouldn't be a bad idea. Try to do like a live action mix with stop motion. I think that would be okay.
That would
It's
work,
obviously going to
I
have to be a very effects heavy, but I think
Mhm.
if you do like a stop motion and you make it look like real sugar skulls, that kind of style, I think
Yeah.
that would be done incredibly well. I
Mhm.
don't hate that idea. What's another one that would really work out well? Fuck it, let's go with live action VeggieTales. No, I'm kidding.
This man. Oh god, dude, that would be.
We're gonna get
more
Paul Rudd as
horrifying.
Larry. We're gonna get Paul Rudd as Larry the tomato, or Larry the fucking cucumber.
Hi, I'm Larry the cucumber.
Oh
yeah,
god.
we're gonna get Paul Rudd, and we're gonna get Danny DeVito to be Bob the tomato.
I totally forgot that Larry the cucumber has his own fucking superhero.
Larry
series.
boy.
I'm
Yeah, I remember that. I
Larry
am Larry Boy. Yeah, no, fucking love it.
Okay, I know this is
Uh,
kind of off topic, but since you brought up Paul, like something like that, I'm still waiting for. I still want it. A fucking reboot for twins, and it's Peter Dinklage and Jason Momoa.
ooh,
I
yes,
heard rumor like years ago that they were
yeah.
gonna do a twins reboot with Peter
Jason Momoa
Dinklage
and Peter
and Jason
Dinklage.
Momoa. I
Well, maybe not
honestly
Peter Dinklage anymore because he apparently seems to think that if you write a character small, or he was always meant to be a smaller character, that it's now considered racist against dwarves. Or sorry, not racist, offensive. I.e.,
uh,
what is now going to be lovely titled Snow White and the Seven Bandits.
Shit.
yeah, I'm
Thank you, Peter
honestly
Dinklage.
no.
You fucking moron. Anyways, even other little people like or other freaking people with dwarfism, even they hate him right now.
Oh
He's
yeah,
like,
no,
"You
all of them
fucking
don't like
stole
him
our work,
because
you bastard!"
yeah,
And I'm like, yeah, he kind of fucking did, didn't he?
he did that on purpose.
I don't think he did because he's not in the movie.
No, but like I said, he did it on purpose because he wanted to be the only one known as like kind of like the main.
You have Brad Williams as a stand-up comedian,
Yeah,
and
which
then
I
you
love
have
him.
Great comedian.
Fucking Wee Man. You had the guy who played Mini Me, but he unfortunately killed himself. That sucks. But
Hornswoggle also is like he talks about Peter
also hold on,
Dinklage.
hold the fuck on. Are we forgetting about the most important one who unfortunately can't act anymore? Warwick fucking Davis,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
even though he can't really act anymore. He really can't. I'm sorry. I know, Leon. I know you liked Willow. I
I
saw
did like it.
clips. It fucking saddens me to say that he can't act anymore, and it sucks. Because I went back and watched a little bit of Willow, and I'm like, wow, it is night and fucking day. Jesus Christ! Wow.
I feel like
Yeah,
that comes with age, but
it probably does, but I don't know, man. I think it's because he stayed out of the limelight for a little too long. Because wasn't he like
probably
not in anything for like a solid 5-6 years? Because I
something
think
like
the
that.
last thing he did was in the early 2000s, and then he just kind of disappeared off the map.
Yeah, the last thing I remember him in was the Harry Potter movies, playing Flitwick.
Right. Yeah. But that was like a side character. He didn't really have any lines. Like he had a
Still,
few,
but
but nothing crazy.
still,
Yeah.
that was the
No.
last thing
Actually.
I remember him in. Like
Yeah.
maybe he did a few animated movies or TV shows or something like that, but
Maybe. I don't think he's known as a
usually
voice
those were
actor.
like. But a lot of those were like, especially with TV shows, a lot of those are just one-offs.
That's true. I know he did a lot of one-offs, but like that's different. No, but yeah, I think personally, okay, I think he can do it again, but I would like to see. Hear me out. I'm blanking on the movie's name. I would like to see 9 done in live action. Ask.
That would be interesting. I don't know how
I
it would be done, but it'd be interesting.
It would be, right?
Mhm.
Like I think you could honestly do kind of a thing of like CG puppetry mocap shit. I think that would work out really, really well. I don't think it would necessarily need to be live action, just realistic animation. I think that would work out pretty well. But
I
trying
feel
to
like
think.
to kind of like
We're already getting How to Train Your Dragon in live action.
yeah.
I think
I
that's
just
gonna
hope
be
they don't
interesting.
screw up
That's gonna
the
be
dragons.
good. No, I think you got to keep it fairly simple. Maybe add a couple of realistic details and some cool designs. Like I told you, a really cool design for the Night Fury could be like having some purple scaling, almost like a
Mhm.
bearded dragon scaling. Like have that
Yeah.
kind of be like a purple, like different shades of purple on them.
Mhm.
I
I
heard
think
like
that would
there's
be
a
done really well.
petition going out because on TikTok does really, really well impersonations of Hiccup and Astrid. I heard there's petitions to get them to be in the movie.
It's gonna be
I don't
hard.
dislike the actors they got though. The actors they got are pretty good. We already have our Astrid and Hiccup.
Okay,
They already casted
this
them.
might have been before that,
Might have
but
been.
I heard like there was like this huge petition trying to get those two TikTokers to be in the movie as the main lead.
Yeah.
Well, also
I
you
don't
gotta
know about the main
understand
lead,
that
though.
they're looking for the look as well too, not just like
Yeah.
And I think they're gonna go with more of the look than the actual voice itself.
Well, to be
Well,
fair,
they
Jay
look
Baruchel
like
has such an
they
iconic
did
voice.
have pretty similar looks too.
Yeah. Biggest thing is like I'm curious to see how they're gonna cast Fish Legs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very curious to see who they
Fish
cast
legs
for
would be
that.
interesting.
Fish Legs would definitely be interesting. I think personally, what's his name that played young Bill in It?
Okay, I think
I
I know
think
who you're
he'd be
talking
a
about.
good
Yeah,
choice. And then another one would be, ooh, how are you gonna cast Stoic? I'd say get Gerard
Ooh.
Butler back.
He has to be a
Get
strong
Gerard Butler.
character,
I would say get Gerard Butler back. I
a
really
strong
would.
actor. I mean,
Now,
Another one
Nick
that I
Frost as Genki. I think is it Genki or is it the uncle?
think the oh uh,
I
shit,
want to
I
say it's
can't
Genki.
who
I can't remember his name.
describe the
Blonde has a peg leg.
The inventor Viking. I can't remember his name.
Hold
But
on,
another hard one I think would be Rough Nut and Tough Nut.
Gobber.
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 I think Nick Frost as Gobber is perfect.
Rough Nut and
Okay.
Tough Nut have to be twins.
Yeah, they
100%
have to be twins. I don't know
Yeah.
who they would get though. That's the hard part, I think.
You don't see a
'Cause
lot of
There's not
opposite
very
sex
many
twins.
twins
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
in
hard to
the
get
movie
them.
industry. So yeah, you would have like that would be hard. And you can't write them out of the movie. You can't. You
No,
absolutely
they're
can't.
integral. You know, even
Yeah.
though they are basically comic relief, they are an integral part because of the dragon that they choose.
Hmm.
So that's it.
What's another? I'm like looking at my movies, like what would be interesting adaptation, but then I'm looking and realize none of my animated movies are right by my bed.
I don't have that many animated movies. I just have like classic ones. Obviously, I have like, I need to get How to Train Your Dragon. It's on my list. It's just not. I can never find all three of them together. I can
I
only
could-
find like one or
That's a
two.
hard one. That's a hard.
It is.
They're hard
I
to find this
know.
box set.
I know Recess is just a show, but I could see it being.
They had a
live action.
movie.
They
I
had
could
a
definitely
movie.
see it be live action as well.
It just has to be
Um,
really done well, like in a
That
sense
would-
of
Yeah,
like the
That
people, the way they
actually
look.
wouldn't be hard.
it would
That
be a
wouldn't
little
be
too
too
hard.
hard.
It would not. No. It's just how are you going to make it interesting? That's the problem.
Yeah.
I wouldn't see it as a movie, but more as a series.
Mm.
I'll put it that way.
I don't know. I don't think it would work in live action as a series because the kids got to stay kids.
Hmm.
Mhm.
That's the problem. So unless you want to do like a mini series, that's different.
Well, yeah, like not like a long series, but like something short.
Trying to think what else I have that's animated that would be really, really done well in live action.
Trying to think, wrap my head.
I know. There's like
around.
There's
I
a
don't
lot
know.
of things.
Like some would be good, some would be like not good at all. Mm, I don't know. There's like
I'm trying to think.
it's a hard. It's
God,
hard to, like,
something messed up that I think would be terrifying is Chicken Run.
oh dear God, no.
oh God, no. That
I-
only makes an anime.
What I can see that could kind of work, but it would be hard. Wallace and Gromit. But it would have to be adapted very, very differently.
Yeah,
But I think Wallace and Gromit
that'd be
could
really
work.
hard.
Now,
It could.
hear me out. I would like to see at least an attempt, and hopefully it's good, an attempt at a remake of Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Ugh.
It'd be hard, but
It
it'd be
would be
worth it if they
really
make
hard.
it work.
I think there
Really
was an
hard.
attempt. No, I think they
don't
did
know.
talk about an attempt of making a
Well, they
Roger
kind of
Rabbit.
already they kind of already did it with the Rescue Rangers movie that came out on Disney Plus, which by the way I highly recommend it. It doesn't work entirely, but it's still got some funny moments.
I
I
enjoyed Rescue
know
Rangers.
it's in the
I
works
loved it.
too that they're trying to
Ooh,
trying to make it.
here's one, and I know I'm going to piss a lot of people off. Kiki's Delivery Service.
Ooh,
Remind me
That could
again.
work in live action.
you're
Remind me again
like
that I-
going into Studio Ghibli movies as live
But out
adaptations,
of all of the
that is
live
like
action
some
adaptations,
dangerous
that's
waters, my friend. That
I
is
know
like
it's
some
touching dangerous waters. I'm just saying, like, out of all the Studio Ghibli films, that's one of the few that could really, really be easier to do in live action compared to the other ones.
I can see it. I honestly can, because I actually just watched Kiki's Delivery Service not too long ago, maybe like a week or two ago. And
DreamWorks, The Guardians.
No, that works almost too well in animation.
Yeah.
It would be incredibly difficult to try to pull off in live action.
funny enough,
Because I know I saw
that
a
you brought-
TikTok of like people
Here's one.
casting it.
Here's one I got. Megamind.
It would have to be done right. That's all I
It
gotta
would have
say.
to be done right, and you'd have to cast it right. But you got to admit, that could work in live action really, really well.
it could work, but you're
My
like,
fear would be the piranha, because the piranha also has to be.
Minion.
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. I honestly wasn't too big of a fan of Megamind. To be perfectly honest, I was not.
You're not really a
fan
big
of
Will
the
Ferrell
movie.
fan, are you?
No, I'm not.
That makes sense.
Just like a lot of people are
here's
not
one.
a big.
The Croods.
That actually can do
Ooh,
very
that
well
would be-
if
that would be
it's handled
interesting.
well.
Yeah, the
I
Croods.
don't hate that.
It's
Don't
not a
hate
bad
that.
idea. Lightyear would have been better if it was in live action.
I
Yes.
agree. Lightyear definitely would be better in live action.
Up could work, but again, it would be very difficult. You got to capture that magic again.
Which would be really hard. That's that's some hard magic.
So another one that would be interesting to see is another Studio Ghibli film is Princess Mononoke.
I haven't watched that one yet. That's one I haven't watched yet.
Yeah.
I'm trying
So
to
that'd
wrap
be
my head
interesting.
around certain things, certain.
Okay, here's an interesting one. Hotel Transylvania.
If done right, and not
If done right, it could be done well.
Yeah.
And good writing. It has to be really good writing too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would be that's like on the fence, because like it was such. It's a great. I love all three movies. I love them.
Hear me out. A live action adaptation of Mask of the Phantasm. Batman.
Ooh.
One of the best animated Batman movies ever. Like, you have who everybody thinks of as Batman. You have who everybody thinks is the Joker. Seriously, that could be done so well in live action.
Who would they have as Batman though? That'd be the thing.
Honestly, Jensen Ackles.
Okay, yeah, I could see that.
Now,
yeah.
for Joker, I think Bill Skarsgård would be a really good choice.
Bill Skarsgård. Okay.
Pennywise. He's already played one clown. Might as well play another.
Right.
Or finally do it, even though he's a little old, Willem Dafoe. Give him what they come on.
I thought of one. I just remembered one. That would be
What?
well done. It's a small series that Cartoon Network came out with. It's a little bit like kind of like horror, not really horroristic, but more of like spook. Over the Garden Wall can be done very, very well.
I don't remember that one. I don't think I watched.
You mean Over the Hedge?
No, Over the Garden Wall is different. It's
Okay.
It's very dark in a sense of like the tone, and it could be done. It could be done in live action.
All right, shut the fuck up. I found the best one. The Iron Giant.
That's gonna be a hard toll.
It is,
That would be
but if
so
done
hard.
right,
I'm not against that. I'm not against that whatsoever.
Secret Intent makes no sense. Land Before Time makes no sense.
Yeah.
Akira makes all the sense. American Tail makes no sense. The Lorax, why?
No.
The Last
The Lord.
Unicorn, maybe.
I haven't seen that one, so I have no.
I remember
opinion.
watching it as a kid. Okay, Adventures of Tintin, because we got that
Yes.
CG animated movie. I think that would work
Ooh.
well in live action.
Wait,
That would
didn't they already do that once?
It was mocap.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about live action.
No, I'm talking about live action.
No.
A full live action Adventures of Tintin. I'd actually really enjoy that. I loved Tintin. I love that movie. That was a great movie.
Astro Boy.
No.
Mm, yeah. It'd be a hard. I'm not saying it can't be done, but it would be very hard.
It would be incredibly hard. Yeah.
This one would be a little hard,
I'm trying to think.
and it's one that kind of just came out. The movie Onward.
Yes. It would be
It
hard.
could be done.
It could be done.
I feel like
But
it would
yes,
have
I
to be
agree. It
this
would
one.
have to be a live action, like in suits and stuff, and then yeah, it'd have to be another D&D situation, but with a bigger budget to do costumes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Not a terrible idea.
I honestly really liked Onward. So it would have been, that's why I say it'd be difficult, because of
Would be.
the way Onward is portrayed. But
Yes. So
it would be good. Luca already said would be good. Lightyear, we already suggested that should have been live action.
should have been, yeah. Because Chris Evans already kind of looks like Lightyear anyways.
Yeah.
So.
But
Don't
this
get me wrong,
one
the movie
only
was
works
cast
as
fine.
this movie, Turning Red, only works as animated.
Yeah, it's going to be very weird to do live action.
That
So
would be a very weird.
So how like exclusive did y'all watch cartoons and stuff? Because I thought of one that could work somewhat. It'd be a little bit hard.
Describe the cartoon, and I can probably tell you.
I'm 31 years old and I
this-
still watch cartoons.
Well,
Okay.
I watched it in Discovery Kids channel.
Okay.
It
You have
is
my attention.
Grossologists, basically like
You
two
lost
brother
me.
and sister. No,
Nope.
I did not see that one.
Ooh. Okay, here's one. We're going to go to PBS Kids. Cyber Chase.
That would be
Yes.
really good. Yes,
it would be
I would
very
love
hard
see a
to
live action
get
movie of that.
a replacement for Gidget because
Yeah.
Gilbert Godfrey.
True.
Yeah,
But
it would
you
be.
can still do it. I
it'd
think
be
I
hard.
honestly give Alan Tudyk a chance because Alan Tudyk is kind of sort of becoming the next Gilbert Godfrey in a way.
Yeah, and then who would do
Ooh,
Hacker?
ooh,
Because-
ooh.
Because Doc Brown also played the voice of Hacker.
Yeah, Christopher Lloyd. I know.
Okay.
Chiwetel
okay.
Ejiofor.
I don't know if they have a movie of it. I think it's just a TV series. Johnny Quest
Ooh,
as a
that
live
one-
action movie.
That would be done really, really well. Yeah, I don't disagree with you.
That would
That's
be-
a really
It'd
good
be
one.
interesting.
Oh
It
fuck!
would be
I just
interesting.
realized another one from Cartoon Network. The Saturdays. Zach
The what?
Saturdays. The Saturdays.
I don't remember the Saturdays.
I don't
Oh,
either.
fuck.
Oh,
It was popular though.
I'm looking at Hanna-Barbera cartoons right now.
Flintstone has already
Jetsons.
been done.
The Jetsons have not been live action yet.
It could work.
It
I
could.
think it could work. I honestly think it could work.
You could make it work. Absolutely. I don't disagree.
I would want to see
Casting choices would be difficult.
I would want to see an attempt of the Snorks, because I know they already
You
did the
couldn't do that in
Smurfs,
live action, though.
but they already did with the Smurfs. So I wanted to see if they. Can...
Yeah, but the
And the
Smurfs was CG mixed with
Oh,
live
well.
action. And the worst part was the live action shit.
Oh yeah.
Aside from they got Hank Azaria to play Gargamel, which was actually really good casting.
At least the
But they
first,
wasted Hank
the
Azaria.
first one was done really well. I didn't like the other two.
They did two more.
Yeah, they
believe
did.
I know
two
one
more.
was fully CG
All
out
of
of
them.
the three Smurfs movies.
No,
No,
all
one
of
was
them.
fully CG.
All
No,
of
no,
them.
no, 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 no.
The first
The
one
first
I
two
really
had
liked.
Neil Patrick Harris playing a
I
straight
don't
man, even though
remember.
he already come out as gay, which is weird. Anyways, and then the third one that came out was Smurfs: The Lost Village. That was fully CG.
And then they
Yeah,
had
that
another one. The last one was where. I'm trying to remember what they did with the last one.
The last one was the fully animated one. They only had two live action ones with Neil Patrick Harris. They did not do another live action Smurfs movie. As much as I despise those movies, I know what I'm talking about.
I know this one's been going on rumored for like fucking ever. But I heard something about it being in the works was Legend of Zelda. into a live action.
It's more along the
Especially
lines
because
of
now it would have to be done with Illumination.
I'm not worried about it. It's more along the lines of how much Nintendo will give certain things, like the rights, the certain rights.
And
Stuff.
they're already working on it with Legend of Zelda. So they're already working on it with Illumination, and it's going to be CG animated. It's going to be connected to the Mario movie, sort of connected. So I pray to God they keep that one serious, because
I
Mario works in that kind of goofy, kiddish tone. Legend of Zelda needs to be serious. I'm sorry.
Metroid. I would want to see Metroid, and it would be
Metroid in
serious.
live action.
It would have to be
Make
very,
it rated
very
R.
Yes.
Make it Aliens-esque.
Mm-hmm.
Get Charlize Theron, and you have yourself a movie.
Because I mean,
There
the
you go.
game is very intense too. Like even though it's pixelated, the story is fucking dark.
Yeah, no, the story gets dark as shit.
It does.
So does Zelda's, though. Like,
Yeah.
Zelda's get pretty dark too. But no. Ooh, okay. So if we're going into the realm of video games, then, and we're not really talking about live action remakes, I'd like to see Star Wars Jedi, not just Survivor or Fallen Order. I'm talking about just Star Wars Jedi, Cal Kestis, in live action.
I would like to see Cal Kestis show up in live action.
Did they ever make an Old Republic movie or series? I want that.
No,
No.
it's been rumored that they were gonna do a live action trilogy. It was
Don't
Not
do
with
the
current
anime.
Lucasfilm. I don't trust them.
It was
I don't trust 'em.
rumored, but I haven't heard anything about other than that.
All right. Well, I think with that, we're probably going to go ahead and wrap this up. We have been going for about an hour and a half.
Yeah. So,
So,
in conclusion,
Mhm.
what works? We have The Incredibles. We have potentially Up, Encanto, Coco. We have Atlantis. We have Meet the Robinsons. Gargoyles. What
Treasure
else?
Planet.
Treasure Planet. I feel like I'm forgetting something.
I don't know. We touched on a lot of like ones
I
that
brought up
could
Kiki's
work really
Delivery Service.
Yeah.
I think that one,
like I
out
said,
of all
I
the,
don't hate
Yeah.
that, but like I said, it's some dangerous waters there in that point. But
well, I think if you get Robert Rodriguez maybe to do a Studio Ghibli film, because honestly, Alita Battle Angel has done really, really well for a live action adaptation of
Yeah.
it. I think if you get that same writing staff, you could have a really good product on your hands. It may not be like a fucking box office giant, but just saying.
yeah, I don't disagree.
Yeah. But
But,
that being said, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you like this video, be sure to share it with everybody. We have been SnodaCast. This has been SnodaReels. I've been Black Chef 56. I've been joined by DimondAssassin, aka Lewis, my second in command.
See you guys. We'll see you in the next episode.
And of course, I was also joined by DJ Lionheart, aka Leon.
As always, stay nerdy, y'all.
And of course, we were also joined by the Hawaiian patterned one himself, Gallows.
Jesus.
I'm gonna start calling him Samoan, even though he's not Samoan. Anyways, of course, we were also joined by him. I've been your host, Black Chef 56. This has been SnodaReels, and we will see you all in the next one. Hello, everyone. This once again is Black Chef 56. If you like these videos, be sure to check out the playlist for SnodaReels. And of course, if you want to get some less in-depth thought processes on other topics, be sure to check out the podcast. We'll be dropping episodes every Saturday. Thank you all. Be good people.